If a man thinks about you throughout the day, the signs are not always found in constant texting. Many women assume frequent messages are the only proof of genuine interest, but that belief often creates confusion. While you're counting the hours between replies, he may be revealing his feelings in quieter, more meaningful ways. The real difference lies between what we assume shows interest and what actually reflects emotional investment. Real connection does not always appear as non-stop communication. Sometimes it is shown through consistent actions, thoughtful behavior, and the way someone keeps you in mind even when they are not speaking to you. This is not about making excuses for someone who puts in little effort. It is about learning to recognize the difference between casual interest and genuine emotional attachment. If you want the full truth about whether he's thinking about you all day, hit like right now. In this video, you'll discover the subtle behaviors and meaningful patterns that reveal when a man is truly thinking about you. These are not just signs of attraction, but indicators of real emotional presence that go beyond words and appearances. If you've ever questioned whether you're on his mind, struggled with mixed signals, or wondered what genuine interest really looks like, this will help you see those signs with greater clarity. Let's be honest about what it really looks like when a man thinks about you throughout the day. His interest is not measured by what he says, but by where his attention naturally goes when he is not trying. Real attention always leaves clues. Instead of grand gestures or constant messages, it appears through small, consistent behaviors that show you occupy space in his emotional and mental world. Within the first few weeks, genuine interest begins to reveal itself through patterns. He remembers little details, shows up consistently, and his energy shifts when you are around or even mentioned. Attraction alone is not enough. Someone can enjoy your company and still rarely think about you afterward. The difference between casual interest and real emotional investment is seen in actions, and those actions often tell you where you truly stand. When a man is genuinely affected by someone, being with her creates a feeling he naturally wants to experience again. That emotional impression stays with him, and his thoughts return to her without effort. Over time, he begins including her in his everyday thinking, making decisions with her in mind and imagining how she would react or enjoy different experiences. Those quiet, consistent habits reveal a connection that goes far beyond simple attraction. When someone is only casually interested, their attention stays scattered and the connection rarely grows beyond the surface. You may hear from them or spend time together, but they do not naturally carry thoughts of you when you are apart. People invest lasting mental and emotional energy in those who make them feel something meaningful and difficult to replace. Type yes if you want more signs that prove you're living rent-free in his mind. Real emotional investment creates consistent actions, not just words. If you're wondering whether you're simply an option or someone they genuinely think about, pay closer attention to what they do than what they promise. Someone who feels a deep connection does not need reminders to show interest because it comes naturally. Once you recognize these patterns, the difference between casual attraction and genuine emotional investment becomes much easier to see. One of the clearest signs is that they remember the little things. Not only the obvious details, but the passing comments, small stories, and everyday moments that most people quickly forget. When someone is genuinely invested, those details matter because they are paying close attention to who you are. Later, they bring them up naturally, often surprising you with what they remembered. Comment: remember if he's ever recalled a tiny detail about you like in this video. Another clear sign is that they reach out for reasons beyond making plans. They send a song, a funny meme, an article, or a random thought simply because it reminded them of you. These moments are not calculated. They happen naturally because thoughts of you appear throughout their day. It is not the number of messages that matters, but the intention behind them. Even a simple text carries warmth and shows you have been on their mind. You will also notice they naturally include you in their future. Instead of making dramatic promises, they casually say things like, "We should try that next time," or "when we go there." These small comments reveal that they already picture you in the experiences ahead. They are not forcing the future. They are simply thinking about it with you already included. Another strong sign is the effort they make to be with you. They adjust their schedule, make time despite being busy, and gladly overcome small inconveniences because spending time with you feels important. When you are together, they are fully present, not distracted by their phone or everything happening around them. They listen closely, ask thoughtful questions, and make you feel that your time together truly matters because it has been on their mind long before it happened. When someone is genuinely invested, they want to understand you beyond small talk. They become curious about your opinions, experiences, and perspective because knowing you more deeply matters to them. They also protect the connection with quiet consistency, addressing problems with care instead of ignoring them. As trust grows, they begin sharing their own fears, dreams, and vulnerable moments because they want to be truly known by you. Drop a comment saying future if you've caught him making future plans with you naturally. A person who thinks about you throughout the day stays consistent without being reminded. You do not have to chase conversations or wonder whether they will reach out because maintaining the connection feels natural to them. Being in touch is not an obligation. It is something they genuinely want. Their actions consistently show that you matter, making their interest clear through reliability rather than promises alone. So why do some people remain in someone's thoughts while others quickly fade? It is rarely about perfection, appearance, or playing games. Lasting emotional impact comes from the way someone makes another person feel when they are together. Real connection grows when someone feels understood, encouraged, comfortable, and free to be themselves. Those emotional experiences create memories that linger long after the moment has passed, turning simple attraction into something much deeper. When a woman creates a genuine emotional impact, she becomes someone who naturally stays on a man's mind. The women who leave the deepest impression are not pretending to be someone else. They are confident, authentic, and fulfilled in their own lives. Their sense of purpose and self-worth does not depend on gaining anyone's approval, and that quiet confidence is what makes the connection feel real. Comment thinking if this is exactly how a guy acts when he can't stop thinking about you. Another reason someone remains unforgettable is that they reveal themselves naturally over time. There is always something new to discover, which keeps curiosity alive without playing games. The strongest connections often happen when a woman values a man without depending on him for her happiness. She is warm and open when they are together, yet she continues living her own full life, creating a healthy balance of appreciation and independence. What does not create lasting emotional investment is constantly overextending yourself, always being available, or doing all the work to keep the connection alive. While kindness and reliability matter, one-sided effort can become routine rather than meaningful. Lasting interest grows through mutual investment, where both people choose each other consistently. The healthiest connections are neither too easy nor unnecessarily difficult. They are built on genuine interest, respect, and balanced effort. People tend to remember those who are genuine, present without being clingy, interested without being desperate, and kind without abandoning their own boundaries. That balance creates respect, and when respect is combined with attraction, the connection becomes much deeper. Someone who values themselves and is willing to walk away from relationships that do not match their standards often leaves a lasting impression. Share this with a friend who needs to know if she's really on his mind all day. You cannot make someone think about you constantly through people-pleasing or endless availability. Lasting emotional interest grows when your presence feels meaningful, not guaranteed. When someone senses your confidence, self-respect, and authenticity, they naturally value the connection more. It is not about creating urgency through games. It is about showing up as someone whose presence is appreciated because it is genuine. It is also important to recognize when someone's interest is only casual. Inconsistent communication, reaching out only when it is convenient, or keeping every conversation at a surface level are signs of limited emotional investment. Someone who is genuinely thinking about you usually makes consistent efforts to stay connected and wants to know you more deeply. Paying attention to those patterns helps you invest your energy in relationships where interest is mutual rather than one-sided. He is not sharing vulnerable parts of himself. He is not trying to understand who you really are beyond the basics. When a man thinks about someone constantly, he wants to know them. He is curious. He asks questions. He remembers the answers. If that is missing, it is because you are not someone he is mentally invested in learning about. Here is a big one. He does not make concrete plans. Everything is vague. We should hang out sometime. Let us do something soon, but there is no follow-through. No specific day, no specific activity, no actual commitment. When someone is genuinely thinking about you, they want to see you, and wanting to see you translates into actual plans, not vague suggestions that never materialize. You will also notice he does not include you in other parts of his life. You have not met his friends. His family does not know you exist. He keeps you separated from his real world. When someone thinks about you all day, they want to integrate you into their life. They want the people who matter to them to meet you. Type secure if you want to learn how to feel valued instead of guessing his interest. If someone keeps you separated from the rest of their life, it may be a sign they are not viewing the relationship as a significant part of their future. Another important clue is how they respond when you share your needs or concerns. If your feelings are regularly dismissed, minimized, or treated as a burden, that reflects a lack of emotional investment. When someone genuinely values you, they care about what matters to you and want you to feel heard, respected, and secure. Pay attention to what happens when you stop carrying the connection by yourself. If you stop initiating conversations or making all the effort, do they notice and reach out, or does everything quietly fade away? Someone who is genuinely invested usually notices your absence and makes an effort to reconnect. If the relationship disappears the moment you stop pushing it forward, that gives you important information about the level of mutual interest. Comment small things. If he remembers little details weeks later like this, most importantly, notice how the relationship makes you feel. If you are constantly anxious, confused, or questioning where you stand, those feelings are worth paying attention to. Healthy interest is usually shown through consistent actions that create security rather than uncertainty. If someone is not giving you the emotional investment you need, it does not define your worth. It simply means they are not the right match for the kind of relationship you deserve. If you have realized you are not on someone's mind the way you hoped, that is not the end. It is the beginning of taking your power back. Clarity allows you to make healthy choices instead of holding on to uncertainty. Accept the situation as it is, not as you wish it were. You cannot make someone think about you more by trying harder, loving harder, or giving more. If the investment is not mutual, it reflects a mismatch in interest, not your worth. The first step is to pull back your energy, not to play games, but to match your effort with reality. Stop always reaching out, stop filling every silence, and allow space for the other person to show you who they truly are. They will either step forward or remain distant, and both outcomes give you valuable clarity. Instead of spending your emotional energy wondering about them, invest it in your own goals, friendships, passions, and personal growth. When your life becomes full and meaningful, you no longer depend on someone else's attention to feel valuable. That quiet confidence is naturally attractive because people are drawn to those who already have purpose and direction. If you want to occupy someone's thoughts, first make your own life worth fully living. Then raise your standards by expecting consistency, genuine effort, and emotional investment, and refuse to settle for anything less. When you have clear standards, you stop accepting mixed signals, inconsistency, and being someone's second choice. Strong boundaries protect your time and emotional energy by helping you recognize genuine interest early. If someone is truly invested, their consistency, effort, and actions will show it within the first few weeks. If those signs are missing from the start, they rarely appear later, so trust what you see instead of waiting for potential. The moment you become willing to walk away from anyone who cannot meet you with equal effort, you stop living on hope and start living by your standards. That shift changes everything. People can sense when you value yourself enough not to chase attention, and those who genuinely care will meet you with the same level of commitment. You deserve consistent, honest investment, not perfection, but clear and dependable effort that never leaves you questioning your place. The greatest change in love begins when you stop measuring your worth by someone else's thoughts and build it within yourself instead. You deserve someone who thinks of you throughout the day, includes you in their future, and consistently shows through actions that you matter. When you stop chasing clarity from those who refuse to give it, you become unavailable for anything less than genuine love. You stop excusing inconsistency, stop justifying a lack of effort, and choose the peace that comes from knowing your own worth. You start seeing situations for what they are, and that honesty, that is what protects your heart and your time. So what do you do next? First, take an honest look at your current situation. Are you being shown through consistent actions that you are on someone's mind, or are you holding on to hope based on potential and occasional effort? If the signs are not clearly there, it is time to pull back and create space for the truth to reveal itself. Stop doing all the heavy lifting. Stop initiating all the connection. Let him show you through his actions whether you are actually a priority in his thoughts. Next, commit to living a life so full and meaningful that being thought about becomes less important than how you feel about yourself. Comment plans if he casually talks about plans with you in them. When you are genuinely invested in your own growth, your own happiness, your own journey, you naturally attract people who respect that. And the men who are serious, the men who are ready, they do not just admire that, they want to be part of it. They think about you because being disconnected from you feels like missing out on something valuable. Remember, the right man will not make you wonder if you are on his mind. He will make it obvious through his actions, through his consistency, through the way he shows up, even when it is not easy or convenient. And when you experience that kind of genuine investment, you will realize how much time you wasted in the past trying to decode mixed signals from people who were never that invested to begin with. If you found this video valuable, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss what is coming next. Drop a comment below and let me know your biggest takeaway or if you have questions about anything we covered today. I am here to support you through this journey of becoming the woman who not only recognizes real interest, but demands it as the baseline. Thank you for trusting me with your time and your heart today. You are on the path to attracting the kind of love where you are not just an afterthought. You are the thought that does not leave, and that is exactly what you deserve.